Secret number 3 is energy healing. Now, I know some people may think that energy healing is woo-woo crackpot stuff from the East, but maybe, just maybe, you'll be among the people who have experienced the power of meditation and energy cultivation and can attest to the results and experiences of countless people over thousands of years. And open your mind briefly to the possibility of energy cultivation. And if you're already on board with the energy train, well, then let's hop on and go. I was really disappointed in college when I took a class on skeptability where we learned how to see through human biases. And in that class, they told me straight up that energy wasn't real. I remember being super disappointed because I loved the concept of energy and wanted it to be a part of my life for so long. Fast forward to when I met my first Qigong teacher, Grandmaster Douglas Wong, and in my first class, I felt energy for the first time. He had taken me through a classic process of bringing someone to feel what their own energy feels like for the first time. And my Western scientific trained mind thought, well, of course, this has to be some sort of psychosomatic influence because I'm in the room, we're all doing the same thing, and maybe I'm just imagining it. So I should test it again and again to see if I can replicate that same result. So I practiced every day for a month, and by the end of that month of dedicated practice, I was able to replicate that feeling of energy over and over again, and I began to start my cultivation practice. After I learned how to feel energy and then learn how to cultivate and gather energy and then how to circulate it through my body, from there is when I learned how to help other people using that same skill. After learning how to do it on myself, I then would just do it for other people. Connect with their energy, move it, circulate it, and unblock energy from their body. Just like we have a circulatory system and a respiratory system and a nervous system, we also have an energy system. And this energy system can get blocked. I like to imagine it like an electromagnetic field, and our hands are like magnets. And when we're feeling frazzled, having an emotional response, it feels like our energy is all jagged and scattered. Whether you can feel it physically, you can experience it mentally. Life is not smooth in that moment. And since we're not feeling smooth, then our energy is not going to be smooth. So when we use our hands to magnetize the energy, it's like putting all of the magnetic polarity in the right direction again. Magnets are more powerful when they're aligned. See, the idea of meditating in a way that was just sitting there and not thinking anything didn't resonate with me. And many of the people that I've spoken to about meditation felt like there was a barrier because it didn't make sense to them. Well, the way that I learned how to meditate was through cultivating my internal energy because it gave me a point of focus to think about. Do I feel energy? Where do I feel it? And when I do feel that energy, how can I move it and manipulate it and help it flow in the right direction so that I can have good health? It's also useful to practice energy cultivation if you're an empathetic person. Many people I've spoken to that come into the clinic feel like they take on too much of other people's energy, whether it's from their parents or from their coworkers or bosses. There's people around them that may be spreading negativity or stressful situations, and it feels like it's difficult to cleanse it from the body. Negativity is sticky. It's like a sticky type of energy. That's why it's so easy to complain to other people back and forth. Sometimes we call that pass the pain. When we're hurt, then we want to lash out at somebody else, and then we feel better, but then that person is now in pain. And then we just pass the pain around and around instead of taking the ownership of breaking that cycle, calming down, and using the tools available to us to help us feel healthy and grounded. And that is the power of energy healing.